by Uganda, Build Uganda, BUBU, is a unique initiative that was introduced by the government of the Republic of Uganda through the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. The idea behind BUBU is to promote the consumption, usage and appreciation of local produced goods and services. In 2014, the Cabinet took a step and approved the BUBU strategy, envisioned on developing a vibrant, dynamic and a competitive private sector that transforms local products through the value chain to meet the required standards. The BUBU policy stands on three key objectives, where it will promote the consumption of local goods and services and to provide capacity-building programs to local suppliers of goods and services, among others. Uganda has consistently been hit hard by a persistent trade deficit, which is majorly resulting from a huge import bill. The domestic market has for long been repellent to the local content and products like plastics, uniforms, textiles, shoes, eggs and beverages. The Uganda products have not been in conformity to standards, not well labeled and packaged, and therefore not attractive to the consumers to guarantee quality goods and services in Uganda. In line of supporting the BUBU strategy, Crane Paper Bag Limited is locally manufacturing packaging products. This in turn has increased the government appetite for banning Kaveera manufacturing in Uganda. According to the State Minister of Finance for Investment and Privatization, Honorable Evelyn Aniti, the government has built enough capacity to manufacture paper packaging materials as opposed to the use of Kaveera, saying government will soon implement the total ban of use and manufacturing of polythene bags in the country.
To me that even as government, when we take the position that we are banning manufacturing of paper bags, we will not leave our suppliers or of other products without any packaging material, because they have started manufacturing packaging material other than Kaveera. So our government policy of banning Kaveera is not going to be frustrated, because we are protecting the environment, and here we have created a solution. We have a solution of, if you're not using Kaveera, what are you using? Now you're going to have the packaging materials, and it is manufactured right here in Kampala. So we shall not donate money of packaging materials to foreign countries. We will still have the packaging materials in Uganda, and we'll be able to protect our environment effectively.
The government speech, in its budget speech of 2007, banned the importation, use and distribution of polythene bags of less than 30 microns. However, there have been uncoordinated directives of implementing the law, with the different government enforcing agencies largely leaving the law on the paper. The directive from President Museveni made Uganda the third African country to ban the use, sale, and manufacture of polythene bags. Kenya banned plastic bags in 2017, while Rwanda has had the order in force for years. Top environment conservation agencies and civil society organizations have called on to the government to punish companies that have ignored the ban on single-use plastics.
there's going to be demand for these packaging materials. Plus, it is also an opportunity. If you're an investor there, you have your money, you are planning to invest it in arcade or put your money in hospitality industry, which has not picked up during this COVID. This is a business opportunity. So I want to call upon the Ugandans who have money to invest their money now in this opportunity, which is there because you're looking for a business opportunity. Where do I put my money? Now that government has banned the use of Kaveeras, there's an opportunity in packaging. So we only have about 10 factories that manufacture. So we need many more to come so that we are able to meet the demand of packaging materials in the country, so that we are able to enforce our policy of banning Kaveeras in the country very effectively without any challenges, causing any challenges for the population.
Mass production of plastics started nearly 70 years ago, and the production rate is expected to double over the next 2 decades. While serving many applications because of their durability, suitability and low cost, plastics have deleterious effects on the environment. Plastics are known to release a variety of chemicals during the degradation, which has a negative impact on organism and ecosystem.
If we destroy the environment now, then the future generations are not going to have where to begin from. So as Uganda Investment Authority, we are very, very clear, promoting industrialization that is sustainable, that is green, that also creates green jobs. So I was very happy today that Graphic Systems has deployed very, very heavily into making paper, bags, that are made from not plastics, but real paper. And I think in this country, we have got a lot of inputs that are coming up. Banana fibers, that can even be used to make paper. But also the other issue is the recycling. That once you use paper, whether you're writing in a textbook or those exercise books, they are not destroyed. They can be recycled to make other products. So I think this is progress in my view.
Local industries are not only increasing the government appetite to ban the manufacturing of Kaveera in Uganda, but also improving on the employment opportunities for Ugandans. There is no scarcity of initiative to address youth unemployment in Uganda. In recent years, well-intentioned donors have established programs in the country aimed at putting young people to work. At the same time, the Ugandan government has set out several strategic plans and initiatives to tackle the issue. Among the initiative is creating avenue for local factories and industries which offer jobs to young Ugandans.
200 Ugandans are employed and 7 for expatriates only. So these 2 words are also ensuring we know what is actually on the ground. When you give you a license, you have to meet the requirements under that. And I think in this regime, in this new presidential term, we have to ensure that we give you a license. The terms and conditions within those licenses are very stringent. You have to ensure that 80% of your staff are local Ugandans. But beyond that, even if you can have a situation where 80% are Ugandans, maybe 10% are not Ugandans, but the wage bill is, the 10% have the majority of the wage bill. We're also saying in the licenses that we give, over 70% of your wage bill has to be Ugandans. So how do we find that out without going on the ground? So for us in Uganda Investment Authority going forward, we are going to visit industries and spot checks to see that whatever license we give you, you're actually ensuring that you are meeting the requirements under that license. So this is the reason for these trips. It's not the last one. We are going to heavily go around and we'll continue doing that because we are here to monitor for the Ugandans. They have given us that mandate. We should ensure that we deliver for them.
According to a report from Advocates Coalition for Development and Environment on youth unemployment and job creation in Uganda, youth unemployment stands at 64% and 70%. and about 400,000 youth are released annually into the job market to compete for approximately 9,000 available jobs. About 30% of the youth who are institutionally qualified in Uganda are unable to find jobs, and the situation is even worse for semi-skilled and unskilled youths. Youth who remain unemployed or underemployed do not exploit their full potential, or often associated with high incidence of drug abuse and gambling. Pedson Mumbere, Smart 24 TV.